tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Hello there, I'm Dylan, aka The Wise Sith, and today we're going to be looking at the second part to the C-3PO figure I did, R2-D2. And this is from the same line, 50th anniversary of Star Wars, or Lucasfilm I mean, and you got Star Wars Droids up at the top. Did get this for $18 as well, same with C-3PO. It does have the coin, just like he does. Here's the front of the box, and then here's the back, if you're curious on that as well. You get these three figures from this droid line. Of course, you get Boba Fett, R2, and C-3PO. Here's the timeline of different Star Wars films and stuff, like books and such, from all the way from 1971 Lucasfilm to 2021. So this is a little bit older because it's got all the sequels and it stops there. And at least they include Legends in there, and then you got Droids, and you got the OG Clone Wars, and then Star Wars the Clone Wars. But that's cool that they include the OG Clone Wars and Legends and Droids. So, because you know Disney doesn't want to include those as canon now, so it's like, okay, especially some of these ones, these in particular, which has got some good freaking books in there. One of them being Plagueis. That's such a good book. If you haven't heard that, you haven't read that book or heard it on audiobook, I guarantee you would love it. I highly recommend Darth Plagueis, the novel. It is such a good book. But anyway, here's the barcode if you want to check that out on eBay. Again, it's running around 15 to 20 bucks, give or take, you know, good price. But without further ado, let's open this figure up and see what's inside. Okay, so stick that back in. Stick that back in place, just like that. Let's look at the coin. So here we are with looks like R2 with, it might be just like background objects. That's what it looks like to me. It doesn't look like anything special. Like that looks like mushrooms, and then this looks like some other kind of thing. I can't tell. It just might be a background thing. It says R2, it says Droids. Here's the back of it. It's kind of the same principle as C-3PO, except this info talks about R2. I don't know if you can make that out. If not, I can't read it. It's kind of a little pain to read. 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm. You got Droids, you got R2 and C-3PO next to them. But there's the coin itself. Here's R2. So, starting off with articulation, the legs, they go all the way around. The feet, they do turn up and down just like that. His bottom middle leg, the antenna keeps falling out. It does come out just like that, so that way if you wanted to pose them like on his three legs, then you got that. And then it comes back up if you want to pose them, you know, like he normally sometimes does, like that. Hang on, just had the Jawa moment. There we go, just like that. But that's it on the articulation. Oh, for the leg, if I can get that out. The middle leg, he does, oh, hang on. Okay, so the middle leg, it does swivel up and down just like that, so you can, you know, position it a certain way. But I'll put that back in. So what I think that rubber band was wrapped around him for was that this comes out, I believe, just like that. Then you got his little hand that comes out, little grabber. If I get that out, there we go. So there we go. We got this piece that comes out. That's the other articulation he's got. It goes back in and just closes back, just like that. His head swivels all the way around, and he does have his antenna. Just moved the camera, I didn't mean to. His antenna just sits there like this, just like that, and then you stick it back in, which I believe, it does swivel without it, so yeah, that's okay. That makes sense. Okay, so yeah, that's about it on the articulation. Oh, it looks like when you, okay, I see. So when you push this down, it brings out his little middle leg. So I was wondering how that worked, because like if you put it back in, if you do that, it comes out. Put it back in, comes back out. So okay, because I was having trouble trying to take this out with my fingertips, or fingernails. So I was wondering how that worked. So you could do it like that, and then there you go. So there he is, just like that. And I believe that's all there is to talk about on that figure. If you want to look at this detail, you can. Let me just bring this out for you. Here's the paint job. Pretty good paint job for looking like the animated R2 from Droids. And that's about it on there. If you want to look at this little piece, that's a little bit of detail inside. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more, and may the force be with you always.